Joined by Miami Grand Prix brand ambassador and a very, very familiar face, Guenther Steiner. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this with us. We really do appreciate it. First off, Max Verstappen, this has got to be one of the most dominant stretches I think I've ever seen from an F1 driver. 21 out of 23 races that he's won so far. For yourself, you've been in the sport for so long. Is this the most dominant you've ever seen a driver?
First of all, hello to everyone and thanks for having me. I wouldn't say, I was not in Formula One when Michael was there in the Ferrari stint, but I think that was quite dominant. And also Lewis, they didn't win so many races, they won the championship, but Max is just in the moment, seems to be, nothing can go wrong for him. This year, or also last year, but this year especially, there is the only thing which went wrong was Australia in the race where he had an issue on lap 1, but in the moment, his lap was just like, insane, to say. But it's a combination, having a good car and being in a good place mentally, having the confidence, and then you can pull these things off. But not trying to be negative for him or against him, but all these things come to an end sooner or later. It's just like, but in the moment, I have never seen anything going so right, because if you look also at mechanical failure or crashes, nothing happens to him in 2 years. It's pretty good. Or very little happens, not nothing.
For the sprint race here tomorrow, tire degradation. You obviously know this track like the back of your hand in terms of all that and the data and everything that comes along with it. How crucial is it going to be to preserve that tire off the start?
I think what I heard, the short stints they did, they had no graining today in the free practice. Nobody did a really long stint on the soft tires to see if there is graining, but the short stints they did had no graining. So maybe some of the people in the back start on the soft and try to get to the end with that one. Otherwise, I think it will be a medium tire and it shouldn't be an issue in the sprint race.
When we look at Mercedes, definitely a tough day for Mercedes, Guenther, bringing an upgrade, especially to the floor on these race cars. We know how important the floor of these cars are, and bringing an upgrade like that to this. To see them not even making it into SQ3, if you're Toto Wolff, what are you thinking right now?
I am not going to see him now, ask him how he's doing, to be honest. I avoid that one. Hey Toto, how are you? Because I know how he feels. I've been there a few times, so obviously the mood there will not be good. They're struggling now since a while, and the only thing you have to admire, they keep on trying, and that's what you need to do in Formula One, because what it is, what people sometimes don't understand and don't really respect is how good your position is. Even you try to catch up, but they are not standing still. You're not trying to shoot a standing target. It's moving, because everybody moves on. So if you move on, you move on, but the other ones have moved on as well. So it's very difficult once you are in this catch-up game to catch up. And this year they had a few good moments. SQ1 looked good for Mercedes. They were fast, and all of a sudden in SQ3 or in SQ2, sorry, there was nothing. It wasn't enough to get into SQ3.
How long does it take for a team to really discover the potential of a new floor? It seems to me like it does take 3 to 4 races in around there to really understand what you've got with a new upgrade.
Yeah, but there is so much simulation going in. If something works very good, you feel it immediately. You get the performance out immediately. To fine tune it, to get the last bit out of it, it takes a little bit longer. But if you bring an upgrade which is good, after your first practice it is good, because you see also the data, the downforce data, and it is working or not.
And last one for you, I just want to talk a bit about Ferrari and Charles Leclerc. Carlos Sainz, he got out qualified today, but he's been extremely strong all season long. Do you think that Ferrari is expecting a little bit more from Charles, especially this season, considering he got that contract extension that he received before the season began?
Or they didn't expect that Carlos is doing so well. That could be as well. You have to see the other side as well. They maybe thought Charles is this much superior, and Carlos is maybe they rattled his cage by not extending his contract and says, I show now what I can do. It's all it's a mind game as well. But Charles is not doing this, but it's obviously in the moment to beat Max. It just seems to be not be possible, and the only one which beat Max was Carlos, as you well know, in Australia.
I'm going to put you on the spot here on this last one. If you're Carlos Sainz, where are you going?
Whoa. This is $1 million. more than $1 million question. It is quite a few $1 million question, you know. It's for sure he's waiting to see what Red Bull is doing, you know, because there is still a possibility that Checo is not there. And next year, I think the possibility is very slim because he's doing his job he should be doing. And if that is open, I think he goes there. And then obviously he looks at Mercedes, but we just spoke about Mercedes before. You know, it isn't a place where you say, oh, this is all good next year. So a tough decision to make. But obviously, yes, they're standing offer from Audi as far as I know. And you know, if you've got a fallback, Audi as a fallback is a pretty good option.
Yeah, absolutely. Very interesting times for Carlos Sainz and Ferrari. Guenther, thanks very much for taking the time to do this with us. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thank you.